All right, punters, make no mistake. If I stole even $100 from the bank, ran in, yoinked it from some bank teller's hand, if bank tellers still exist, I would be facing serious jail time. But if you're a large monopolistic bank in Australia backed by the government, you can kind of do whatever you want, or so it seems. Another day, another banking scam. Take a look at this, punters. ANZ has been hit with a record $240 million fine. Ooh, sounds big, doesn't it? These lessons should have been learned years ago. Now, the understatement of the century. ANZ has been caught doing a whole range of dodgy shenanigans. For you short attention span punts, I made an Instagram reel about it. Let's take a watch. If you've seen it, skip it. We'll talk after. All right, ladies, listen up. We're on track for a $6 billion profit this year. It's not bad. But how do we make even more money? T-Bone, go. We could accidentally charge fees.
I like it.
To dead people. Well, I can't see them complaining about that. Hunters, banks do this like every couple of years, and we come out and be like, you can't do that. They're like, oopsie, sorry, what was a mistake? All right, Macca, what do you got? What about when customers are struggling financially and they ask us for help?
Yeah.
We just ignore them. For how long? Well, until they give up calling. Well, I guess it's pretty hard to call and complain if you can't pay your phone bill. Your call has been rejected. All right. What about interest rates? Oh, I got this one. We advertise high savings rates.
Yeah.
But then we accidentally,
Of course.
pay customers less. My man! Government bonds. Go on. So we take the government's $14 billion bond deal and we just accidentally make up the numbers that we report back to them. Whoa, are you talking about scamming the government?
Whoa.
Oh, no. I mean, it was just that mate, that's just some serious pure genius. Oh. Good one, boss. Hey, if we get caught, how much is the fine? Oh, it's just 3% of 1 year's profits. Well, you heard the man. Get out there and make me some money. So pretty much that's what's happened. My only regret is that Offer Duck's back says next minute T-Bone and Macca made redundant due to cut costs. And I wish I'd made that my alternate ending. It would have been great. The great idea here. Hey, what's this email, boss? Because ANZ reveals plans to cut about 3,500 jobs, all while profits continue to rise. They're up 7% in half-year profits. We find out when we put this stuff into context, it turns out that this is just a charade, a show to put on for the public to pretend like, oh, we accidentally made some mistakes we didn't mean to. Here's a penalty. We promise we won't do it again. But I've been alive, sadly, long enough to see this cycle play out over and over and over again. I think ANZ last year made about $7 billion. They're on track to make that again, if not more. Looks like it's up 7%. They've got so much money that not responding to hardship notices, or the government says this is what you need to do because you're a bank and these are your responsibilities. Oh, it was a mistake. Oh, we don't have funding. Oh, we're just trying to blah, blah, blah. These are the things that they can do to cut costs to juice their profits. So when profits cut against the service they provide, that is, you're probably looking at an industry that isn't great to be privatized. It needs lots of regulation so that these a-holes don't keep screwing you to get more money, because we don't have many choices here in Australia because we are a monopoly-driven economy. We've only got large multinational corporations providing the same service. There's no competition. There's no real choice for us. So these guys, and it happens in every sector, they in order to make money, they change the product to make it more profitable for them, but it turns out that it makes the product worse for us, and we're stuck with no choice, and we keep paying it. They get more profitable. Our service gets worse. These guys start getting more, quite literally, criminal. These are criminal things that they have been caught doing. Oh, wait, punters. Don't know what's going on with the YouTube algorithm. Everyone on YouTube's having a big whinge. Oh, my views are down. Me too. If you click the bell icon and sign up to the mailing list to skip the algorithm, that would help me massively if you want to keep seeing my stuff. If you don't, you probably should stop watching now. Anyway, back to it. making false and misleading statements on interest savings rates, resulting in the wrong rate being paid to tens of thousands of customers. Let's just be really clear about what this is. This is the ANZ stealing from you, saying, hey, this is what we owe you, and not paying what they owe you, or advertising something, lying to you, getting you in the door, and then giving you less and pocketing the money for themselves, for the profit. That's called theft. Once again, if we did that, we would be in jail, but they do it. Just a little slap on the wrist. Failing to refund fees charged to dead people. They're literally charging dead people fees, and they're getting away with it. Not responding to loved ones trying to deal with deceased estates within the required time frame. Like, these are the things they have to do. But you know what? That sort of stuff costs us money. Let's not do it. And now this one's a bit more complex. I was trying to get my head around. Handling federal government bond deals. A bond is when the government borrows money by selling IOUs to investors. All right. So people give them money and say you'll pay it back later with interest rates, and the government can always pay it back because they can print their money. So it's a pretty reliable way for the government to get money. And they do this, once again, by cutting in a fat cat middleman called ANZ. So the government does deals with banks for these criminal-looking middlemen to come in, take a clipping, and help the government out. And essentially what happened with ANZ dealing with the government was that they lied to the government. They overstated the volumes by tens of billions of dollars. So the government says, hey, we need money, give us some cash. Can you sell some bonds for us? They're like, yo, we'll do it. They go out and sell the bonds. The government's like, hey, how many bonds did you sell? And they're like, like a crap ton, like a lot, like so many, and overstating it by tens of billions of dollars. Now, I don't know about you punters, I'm not a finance bro, but to me, that looks like fraud. The bottom line is feeding dodgy information back to the government. The government relies on data to make rules and regulations and the price of money, and it all impacts everything. And when they manipulate the data to make themselves look good and make themselves more profitable, that always comes back and bites us. So as a result of all of this, they got a huge fine, but not the maximum $240 million, which turns out to be around 3% of their profit last year. The announcement penalty is the largest ASIC has ever sought. And this is where we come to the problem that we are facing that's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. This stuff is going to keep on happening. Every year there is a bank scam. Westpac pays penalty. Banks need to refund. Combank withholds $270 million in fees. We've had royal commissions. Banks will continue to do this. Large corporations will continue to do this, doing everything they can to hoover up all of the money in the economy. So it's harder for small businesses to do sorts of things. So they can become bigger and bigger and bigger and harder to control. So the reason why you have fines and a government regulator is so that when you do something wrong, there is a penalty and a punishment. If you were just going to get a slap on the wrist every time you stole $200 from the bank when you went in, well, a hell of a lot more people will be stealing $200. And that's the situation we've got ourselves in. When your industry is raking in $32 billion, $10 billion for Combank, $7 billion for NAB, these fines that they're being issued mean nothing. This is across Australia's entire economy. These industries, we're talking about banks now, but they're so powerful, and our laws have not kept up, and our regulators keep going, oh, well, we're going to give you a $240 million fine. The banks, literally, their job is to make money, and they will do it. They don't have to make money legally. They've looked at the books and gone, we can break these laws. We can do illegal things because none of us are going to go to jail. And what's the fine? Well, the biggest fine we could ever cop might be $500 million, maybe $800 million. Oh, great. Our returns on that investment of breaking the law are huge, and they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep pretending to be sorry. They're going to come and agree to pay. That's not how fines work. ANZ have agreed to pay. When a cop gives you a fine, you're like, okay, I guess how about I agree to pay $50? No, they say you will pay that. And if you don't pay that, we'll see you in court. We have more serious consequences for speeding in this country than we do for these absolute bludgers defrauding our government and stealing from you. Oi, punters, are you having a good time? This video's going okay. If you like what you're seeing, you can head to punterspolicies.com, pick yourself up some merch. Anyway, won't interrupt. Sounds like I was saying something pretty good. Back to it. What will actually stop this from happening? Because it happens all the time. In 2016, I think we had a royal commission into banks because banks kept on behaving badly. And guess what? They keep on behaving badly because the incentives, any smart bank CEO goes, I can juice my share price. I can increase my profits if I break the law because the law is a joke. And so obviously the solutions are we need to make laws. Yeah, that's obvious. That penalize this behavior so that if we took 50% of your profits, if we caught you doing this sort of stuff, I guarantee it would never happen again. If a bank was almost going to go bankrupt and have to sell to another group of shareholders or something, the infrastructure is going to be there, guys. It's okay if the managerial class get shafted and the CEOs lose all their bonuses. We can sell to somebody else. The government come in and can buy it and step in for an interim period until they find another buyer. Whatever it is, we have solutions to this sort of stuff. If banks face those kinds of consequences, it would never happen again. And here's the other thing. If you just locked someone up. CEOs, I don't know, what does a Combank CEO get paid? Shiver me timbers. CBA CEO, and we'll fact check this, I'm just S&P Global, don't know what that is, 7.3 million. Here we go. Graphs. I love graphs. Up 5%, up 12%. Oh, down 1.5. Oh, Ross. You're going to have to make do on only 6.18 million per year. Poor you. Up 14%. I tell you what, that's enough money for something called danger pay. Tell you what, Matthew Common, if this stuff keeps happening, you're either deliberately doing it or you're too negligent to stop it. Both are bad things. So if you face jail time for not fixing it, at the end of the day, where does the buck stop? If it doesn't stop with these bludgers earning $6 million per year, then I don't know where it's supposed to stop. Well, I know where these bludgers want it to stop. They want it to stop on us because we foot the bill. When they break the laws and scam us, we foot the bill. So yeah, I don't know. All these rich bludgers are going to say it's complicated, it's hard, we need strong banks, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. This stuff keeps happening. And the reason it keeps happening is not because they're incompetent. It's because they know exactly what they're doing. And they've run the sums and they've gone, these rules are a joke. This government is a joke. We can keep doing whatever we want because there are no consequences and there are only more profits for us. And ANZ, if you're listening, I'm not saying you deliberately did this, but I am bloody saying that this happens quite a lot. And there is a strong financial incentive, given how piss weak that fine was, for you to maybe accidentally do it again. I mean, I guess if I was a CEO and made heaps of bonuses every time the profit went up, maybe I'd turn a blind eye to it as well. Sounds like smart business. And that's the problem. Anyway, massive thanks to We the Punters over on Patreon. These are the punters that keep me making the videos that I think are important like this one, and not just the ones that get the clicks, which lately, given the YouTube algorithm, not getting many clicks lately anyway. So if you are watching and you'd like to bypass the algorithm, I have a newsletter you can sign up to in the link to below that will not put you at the mercy of the gods of the algorithm. Feel free to share this with a punter who might not know just how scammed we're getting, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Cheers, punts.